in a good way.
Oh, that's great. So
Yeah.
what's going on? What's going on with the VA? I mean, do you see light at the end of the tunnel there? And so much craziness has been going on, and what's going on with Cerner and Oracle and AGFA and everybody else? Like, is it
It's a
signs
hot.
positive?
Yeah, I think so. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
So the first thing that a lot of people have to understand about the differences between the VA and the DoD is that one, the way the DoD systems were architected, right? It was really just a rip and replace for the most part. There's some legacy systems out there like Hames and those things, but from an EHR perspective, that you really just kind of did a rip and replace. Secondly, it's the military. So they could go and say, thou shalt do this, even if no
Mhm.
one liked it, right? And for the services still to this day kind of don't like having DHA in the mix, right? But they could do that. And then they could establish a standard. And Colonel Catalina did an incredibly job of doing this at the very beginning. We're making sure that everyone was enforced and following the same workflows and following the same standard. And now that they've actually fully deployed, they're being a little more flexible on that, right? Now they're optimizing. So from a DIMSUM perspective, on time, under budget, pretty impressive, right? So what a lot of people don't understand about that contract specifically, and I'm probably going to get like in trouble with my former corporate overlords, um, is that the the contract, it was really interesting how it was awarded. Okay, so when they originally bid, AFS was the prime, and Leidos was one of the subs all the time. Leidos was a little known outsider, really underdog, not really had a good opportunity to get there. They got 2 weeks before submission, and AFS labor rates were too high. So they flipped it. So Leidos became 51% prime,
Hmm.
AFS became 49% sub. So once they pay licenses and all the small businesses, that's the revenue split between the two companies. So I won't get too much into the political decisions that I saw being made internally while I was at Leidos, but I'll just put it this way. I think that AFS and Leidos took very different approaches. And I think that's the reason that AFS won the VA.
Hmm.
Um, they always bring the best to the table, honestly. Like, as someone that was on DIMSUM, I would request people because I knew they'd run circles around everyone else. Like the technical project manager that I put over Digital First, that was incredibly critical, right? Like that was one of the fastest, like speed to market that anyone has ever done. We completely reconfigured the entire system, everything. AFS. The girl that I pulled in that I really wanted to help, which they're doing right now, is looking at it. There are a lot of issues with the portal. We can talk about front doors and all that other stuff later, but yeah,
Sure.
it's just the crappy portal. But she led innovation at Kaiser. So she came in as an AFS person to help with those problems, right? So they really have the best of class, and they're bringing those people in to the VA right now. Now on the VA side, they have a couple problems. One, you really do in some circumstances need that integrator. And it's really just because software companies traditionally are, one, don't know how to navigate the politics as well. Two, they're always trying to make the customer happy, right? Um, and then three, they aren't going to understand the broader scope and depth of what actually truly needs to happen. So when they were first trying to deploy, I watched it over and over again. Every VISN wanted to do everything their own way. They wanted their own workflows their own way. Like it's just all, it's the VA. There are all these little pools of politics, right? And that really affected their ability to deploy, right? And it affected, like if you talk about data governance and concern, I mean, think about when they shut down the last time because the unknown queue, right? Where they had this unknown queue where stuff was just cashing out. It would cost them massive problems from the VA side. And I don't know if we want to drop a link in for people to see or whatever, but